Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay. Thank you for joining me here today. On this channel we talk about a few different things. We talk about discipleship and we talk about Bible stories, we unpack them together, and we also talk about kingdom marriage. And today we're going to talk about kingdom marriage a bit. We're going to unpack a couple of Bible verses around that. And yeah, I just wanted to chat to you guys about what I've been processing a little bit recently. So I've been just thinking about, the guy that I'm going to marry one day, and sort of the character that he has. And basically, I've got a couple Bible verses that I want to share with you guys. So the first one that's kind of been jumping out at me a little bit more recently is found in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 22. And it says, "What is desired in a man is kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar." Now, this is obviously found in Proverbs, and it's probably not thinking about marriage specifically. Like, this is probably, a proverb written by a man to another man type of thing. But I think this can really apply for when we're looking for a marriage partner. Whether you're getting married or not, it's very important that you are kind and that the person, if you're considering a romantic partner, you're considering somebody who's kind. If you are, let's say very loosely, a gold digger, and you're looking for someone who has a lot of money or can, provide a lot of material goods, but they're not a kind person, the Bible is saying look elsewhere, okay? And this is also important to apply to yourself. Are you a kind person, or are you a liar, or do you have character defects that you need to bring to God and pray about and ask God to help you work out of your system, and to be sanctified and to grow to become more like Christ, so that when you become married, or if you are currently married, then you can grow and have a better marriage, either for in the future or for right now. These character qualities are so much more important than any material goods than we could ever have. And so this is something I'm considering now, as I am still single, still waiting for God to bring me my future husband. What kind of character does he have? And kind of comparing him against some other people that I know, and I'm like, okay, this person has this type of character, this person has this other type of character, which would be a better option if I had the choice? So yeah, I really want you guys to keep that in mind. Think about this. Don't just go off your feelings and your attraction and that person has a lot of money and all that kind of stuff, but what kind of character do they have? Do they really reflect Christ, and are they going to bring you closer to Jesus when life gets tough together in the future? Are you guys going to, turn to Jesus first, and then support each other? If one person's feeling a bit down and a bit spiritually depressed, is the other person going to be able to encourage them? Are you going to be able to encourage that person, and are they going to be able to encourage you spiritually? Are you guys going to bring each other closer together? That's the most important thing, because with kingdom marriage, yes, it is a very important marriage relationship that God is bringing together for certain couples. In order to do gospel work in the world, and you need to know what your purpose is that God has called you personally, and what the purpose that God has called this other person to. Do they match up? Do they align? Are you guys going in the same direction in gospel work together? But also, our own personal salvation is very much at risk in whatever we do in life. We can do little things right now which will have big consequences later. That might be marrying the wrong or the right person, or it might be just focusing on our character defects and growing in those areas with the help of the Holy Spirit. So it's very important that whoever you end up marrying, whoever you think that God is bringing you together with, that you're going to be able to encourage each other spiritually, so that you can continue to have a good relationship with God, and so that you can experience salvation, so you can go to heaven. It's not always all just about everybody else's salvation at stake when we are doing gospel work, but it's also remembering that we have our own spiritual journey that we need to be going on, and maintaining a good relationship with God. Just maintaining that daily communion with God, and if we're with the wrong person, that can often drag us away from that relationship or discourage us. And yeah, it's a really important decision that we're making. Um, Another thing about the person that you are considering, are they completely submitted to God's will for their life? God can only use people for his will, or can only work in their lives if they invite him in completely, if they are fully submitted to God. Earlier this week, I was listening to a sermon about control, and for me personally, I know I have some control issues deep down inside, and I want to be in control, and this is something that God and I have dealt with many times in the past, and I've probably done a bunch of videos about submission to God's will in the past, so you can go and check them out. But are you submitted to God's will? Are you meek? Are you, so the word meek came up for me this week, and it means quiet, gentle, and submissive. Are you quiet and gentle and submissive? I know for me, I have a long way to go in those areas. And so this is something that we can pray over ourselves and say, hey God, can you please help me to be quiet and gentle and submissive to your will, to you, to the law that you have in this universe. Are you meek? Do you want to be meek? Because in Matthew 5 verse 5, in the Beatitudes, Jesus says, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Even though it requires being quiet and gentle and submissive, it doesn't mean you get trampled on, okay? God says that there is a blessing for those people who choose that type of lifestyle, who choose to be quiet and gentle and submissive to his will. These are just a couple of thoughts that I had running through my head today. I really want to encourage you guys, if you are still waiting for Kingdom Marriage, as I am, I understand the struggle. It can have its highs and its lows, and yeah, be encouraged. If you need more encouragement, watch last week's video. It's all about destroying discouragement. So that's it from me today. I love you guys, and I will see you guys again next Friday. Bye!